All right, what's going on, everybody? I'm here live with the former WBC featherweight champion of the world, Gary Russell Jr. First off, Gary, I'm sure everyone asks you this. How's the shoulder, man? And what did you have to do, if anything, to get that shoulder back to where you want it to be?
Um, it's getting better. It's actually getting a lot better. It's getting a lot stronger. I had a great surgeon. I had a great surgeon for one. And I have a great strength and conditioning coach. He's been doing a lot of my strength and conditioning, aggressive physical therapy. It's been helping. A lot of aquatic training.
Yeah. Now, hindsight's 2020, and believe you did say this, correct me if I'm wrong, that you thought even with the injury going into the Mixayo fight, you thought that you could still beat him. But put in that situation again, would you have done anything differently?
Um, yes, I would have. I still would have fought, and I would have actually I would have probably showboated a little more. That's about it. Because at the end of the day, I still felt as though that what I brought into my skill set, my ring generalship, my boxing IQ is truly Marcus of Queensbury. It's hit and not get hit. Um, I controlled and dictated the entire fight. You know, I felt as though that's what we're supposed to do to win a fight. That's what I done. The judges seen otherwise, but the fans felt as though that I was still the champion. So it is what it is, man. You can't cry over spilled milk. Um, for progression.
Got you. Now, how long was that whole process for you to get back in the gym? And do you stay in the gym regularly when you're not, fighting, when you don't have a fight sign? Because we see you at these fights, as a spectator, and you always look like you're lean. You never look like you blow up there.
There you
Are
go.
you the type of guy that has to stay in the gym? And was it killing you a little bit that you had to wait a little bit to probably get back
Oh
in there?
my God. Listen, it was driving me crazy. Even when I'm done with the sport of boxing, I'm one of these guys that's always in the gym. I'm always training. I believe that your health is your wealth. If you had to, I tell people all the time, it has nothing to do with me being an athlete. If you have to run 3 miles to save your life, you should be able to do so. Can you do it? And I'm a big advocate for that. Um, but it was killing me. It was, yeah, I could not get in the gym. Oh my God. I think it was driving me crazy. I would go to the gym just to sit and watch the people work out. And I just want to hit something. I said, I got to leave. I got to get out of the gym. Um, but I'm back now. I'm back. I'm back now.
So we know that you train your brothers now, but when you are in camp with them, do you actually do physical work with them? Do you do the road work with them? Do you do some of the,
Yeah,
some of the physical training
we
with
do.
them?
I definitely do the physical training with them. I think it's easier to be able to some things we try to explain it to them they might not be able to understand and to actually be able to show them real time. A lot of coaches, they're not really in the state to be able to show their fighters how to actually execute it. Their fighter kind of gotta feel it themselves. So to be able to show them real time and for them to have the level of trust in my skill set and the belief within my skill set, we all from the same tutelage. You know, we got the same sensei. So
Yeah, that's true.
yeah, it makes all the difference in the world.
Got you. Now, you're still ranked number 5 by the WBC, and as you know, Ray Vargas is the champion. And I looked at the rankings today. Brandon Figueroa was number 1, Isaac Dog was number 2, and Mixayo was number 3. Would you need, if you were to come back, would you need maybe a lighter touch, interim type fight, as they like to call it, or could you fight one of those top guys to position yourself to get another title shot, or would you want to jump right into a fight with Vargas if you could do so?
To be honest with you, if when I do return, I'm not looking for a tune up. The doctor said that I would be ready in about 9 months out from the surgery. I wanted to give myself a little longer than that date to make sure that my arm was strong the way that I wanted it to be. Um, so no, I'm not looking for no tune-ups when I come back. As far as concerned, he had the opportunity to compete against me before. The WBC mandated for him to compete against me back when. He said that he didn't want to take the fight. I guess he was just coming off a leg injury or something like that. And then a month later, he's fighting on Canelo's undercard. So I don't think he's in a rush to get in the ring and compete against me. And to be honest with you, I think I'm done with the featherweight division.
Oh, okay. Okay. That
Yeah.
was I want to ask you one more shoulder question. I know we don't want to dwell on that too long because that's in the past. But during the fight, I had this debate with a a colleague of mine, and he said that Maxeo, when he hit you in the right shoulder, that's what caused the injury.
No.
And thank you, because my opinion was, and please correct me if I'm wrong, because I've been banged up my whole life, and I know what happens when the adrenaline's flowing. You're not feeling the pain right away, but I'm guessing that at some point during that fight, maybe the adrenaline wore off, or whatever. If you had some painkillers, that wore off, and then as you kept throwing it, then you started getting sore. And I
Mm,
had this. I went
I-
back and forth. I had a heated debate with my colleague, and I saying, dude, you fighters block shots with their shoulders all the time.
all,
If
all
someone gets hit in the shoulder and that's going to cause their arm to get thrown out, then they're in the wrong sport. But
did in
go
the wrong.
ahead, man. I want to let you jump in and
Uh,
talk, tell me about this.
well, I'm gonna tell you what happened. That definitely did not happen. Um, to be honest with you, I injured my shoulder in training camp preparing for the fight. I hurt my shoulder 2 weeks before the actual date. That was my last sparring session of camp, and I injured my shoulder. I had an old injury in my shoulder before the Olympics. Um, they wanted me to get surgery on it back then. I didn't want to get surgery on it, but I injured it during camp, and for the maybe about 10 days, I put it in the sling myself, and I just said, you know what, I'm gonna just nurse it. I seen this guy fight. I don't care what anyone says. I believe in my skill set and everything that I bring into the ring. My father, he looked at me. He said, "Well, what you think? What you want to do?" I said, put me in a position to do something amazing and watch how I do. Watch how I handle it." You know,
Got you.
I didn't. I haven't competed in quite some time. I wanted to compete. I didn't want to disappoint my fans again. By not being able to compete because of shoulder injury. And hell nah, he can't do nothing with me anyway.
Got you. So the layoff had something to do with it, probably too. You said to yourself, "I was out so long. If I keep delaying this, it's probably not going to
Well,
benefit me." So were you
it wasn't a thing of my layoff. It was never a thing of me not being able to compete. It was always me getting an opponent to compete against with.
okay? I
It,
got you.
I always wanted to compete. It was finding an opponent, finding a willing a willing opponent. They like I say, the WBC had mandated Ray Vargas to compete against me, and he chose not to. I don't know how, but he chose not to, and he ended up fighting on Canelo's undercard about a month later. Um, then we get the Mark Messiah fight. So it was just I was getting irritable. I was getting irritated. I wanted to compete. I wanted to display my skill set. Damn, now I have an injury. Not a problem. Put me in a position to do something amazing. Let me show y'all what I really got. And the judges saying otherwise, but the fans, the true connoisseurs of the sport, and the people just to the naked eye, they knew what happened that night. They knew that I was the better fighter.
Well, a lot of fans do get on you about the inactivity, but again, if it's up to you, are you saying that it's not you not wanting to fight, it's just having a hard time getting the fights? Is that the
Right.
bottom line?
That's the bottom line. When you have a certain level of skill set that you bring into the square and bring into this ring, a lot of people aren't in a rush to get in the ring and compete against you. I don't know where that comes from in this sport. I feel like the sport of boxing is getting a little softer. I come from that era when I remember being in the amateurs and stuff, and we'll hear about people on outside of the bracket that won other tournaments. So we knew these guys was good. I wanted that guy to be on my side of the bracket so I could fight that guy. I wanted to test myself. Let me see if he good. He won this tournament, that tournament. Oh yeah, all right. I want to fight him. I want to test myself. I want to challenge myself. I want to push myself to be better. I don't see that with these guys. I see they just turn it into a popularity contest or something. They're not trying to compete against the best.
Now, you said you could return. Do you see yourself returning this year, or are do you have anything lined up? Is there any targeted date that you are looking forward to?
No, I don't have any targeted date that I'm looking forward to. I'm definitely planning on coming back this year. I'm looking around about maybe summertime.
Okay. Now, you said that you don't want to go back down to featherweight. What weight would you prefer to fight at?
If you want me to be honest with you guys, I would love for you to drop my name right at 135. Right in the hat. Right in the middle of the hat and just mix it all up and let's see what we get.
Yeah.
Uh, I don't have any opponents set, like I say, as of now. And if I had to just randomly just pick a guy that I want to fight or just anything like that, it's a no brainer that I want Gervonta. Everybody know I've been wanting him. Uh, but I wouldn't mind a fight with Isaac Cruz. I wouldn't mind a fight with Pitbull. I like Pitbull. He a little dog. I like him.
Good style matchup for you.
Yeah, I like Pitbull. You know what I'm saying? Shit. I'll fight the last guy that tanked for it. I believe he still has the title at what 130.
Yeah. Yeah. Hector
So
Garcia. Yeah.
yeah, I'll fight him too. Give us a couple common opponents.
So where did this rivalry with you and Tank come from? Is it that DC Baltimore rivalry that I hear so much about, or is it just the competitive nature of both
No,
of you guys?
it, it's nothing personal against Tank. It's just a competitive nature. That's it. It's just a competitive nature. I don't feel as though the sport isn't big enough for the both of us to be able to coexist without being able to at least clash. Let's see what happens. You know what I'm saying?
Got you.
It's one
Got
of
you.
those things. I think that's what made the amateur so fun. We knew that when you get past this tournament, if you make it to the nationals and that other guy make it to the nationals, as long as they win, we gonna meet at the end of the day. We gonna meet on the other side of the bracket. As long as they keep winning, we gonna meet. You know,
Right.
that's how I used to be in the amateur. It's not like that no more. These guys they pick and choose who they want to fight and move around. I'm still the same guy I'm trying to see who the best is. Oh, they say he the best. He good, but I can get him. He can't fuck with me. Let's make
Are
it
you
happen.
s- are you still with Al Heyman? Are you still in communication with him? Have you been talking to him and letting him know what you kind of want right now, or have you just been laying back a little bit?
Um, Al Hamer's a good, Al Hamer's a good dude, man. Yes, I'm still in communication with Al Heyman. We still have a good relationship, a good friendship. My younger brothers are still signed to Al. So yeah, no, we still have a good business relationship.
Now, regardless of what happens moving forward, are you always going to be in the corner now with your brothers, or do you plan on bringing someone else in for help, or are you just going to be the main guy?
Oh yeah, no, I always been in the corner for my brothers.
Okay. Okay. So I got to ask you this. I know I saved the best for last, I guess. I know everyone's been asking you about this. I heard that whole thing with Meek Mill popped off just because you said that you had Garcia up at that point in time in the fight, and he took, umbrage with that, and he decided to confront you. Um, First of all, is that correct in my assessment? That's
I'm,
number one. And number two, if he didn't have all them people around and it was just a fair one, do you think he would have tried that on you, man? Because that could have got ugly if it was just you and him, man. I don't care what anyone says. These
uh,
rappers are street dudes, but they're not boxers.
well, to be honest with you, you're kind of right. I did have Garcia up. I think he took that as me like hating on him or hating on Tank or something. He was here for Tank. I was actually rooting for Tank. The only difference is he's a rapper. I'm a fighter.
Like,
I'm not going to a rap concert talking about how somebody's spitting their bars. You know what I'm saying?
you
Like,
know, that's a good point, man.
I'm talking. I'm actually talking about someone that I could potentially compete against. It's a difference, and not only that, I'm actually rooting for the guy. I wanted him to win over the other guy. I wanted him to win over the other guy. You know, um, it was just a big misunderstanding that got understood a little later. Meek Mill's, like you said, I'm a fighter. I do this. I don't know if he can fight. I seen a couple videos of him that people been posting, but I do this for a living. So it's not necessary. Like I said, it was just a big misunderstanding that got understood a little later. It's unnecessary. I still listen to his music.
Got you. All right, Gary. That's about it. That's all I got for you, man. I appreciate you stopping by. I know it's been a long, hard, tumultuous couple of months, man. But you got through it. You're back. You're back in the gym, and it's good to hear that you hope to return in the summertime. And we look forward to seeing you, brother.
Have you get a chance to see any of my workouts?
No,
Any?
I haven't. I haven't seen them. I haven't seen them, man.
Oh
Are they
man,
are they on are they on the Instagrams?
some of them on Instagram and some I'm pretty sure they done snatched them and put them on YouTube. So you can go
All
check
right,
and
I'll check you out, man.
yeah, tell me what you think about this show. It ain't all the way there, but it's about there.
I got you. I got you. All right, man. Thank you so much, man. We'll catch up, man. Be good. Stay strong.
So thank you.
You got it.